Hi, I'm Alicia, and my friend Johnny and I are walking you through the helpful information you can find at oklahomadisasterlegalhelp.org. Home repairs are very common following natural disasters in Oklahoma. Unfortunately, so are home repair scams. Let's talk about some best practices you can employ to avoid contractor fraud during your disaster recovery.
Like most anything, taking a little time for preparation is helpful. As you look for a contractor to complete your home repairs, check contractors you're considering with the Better Business Bureau. You'll quickly find reviews or complaints others have had related to that specific contractor. It's also a good idea to get recommendations from friends, relatives, neighbors, co-workers, insurance agents, or claims adjusters. At a minimum, these people are likely to recommend someone they know or have worked with personally.
Another great avenue to research is whether or not a contractor is local to your community. Are they a member of your Chamber of Commerce? Can they provide references of similar work in your community? The names and phone numbers of previous clients who can vouch for their work are incredibly helpful. If the contractor can give you a client list, ask the previous client if they are satisfied with the work, if the contractor did what he or she promised to do, and if they would hire the contractor again. Also check the company vehicle to see if it displays the company name, address, and phone number, and find out if the contractor has workers' compensation and liability insurance.
A good rule of thumb is to get at least 2 bids in writing to compare the costs, but note that lower costs do not always mean a better deal, and higher costs doesn't mean better quality. Never work with a contractor who tries to pressure you into hiring them or signing a contract too quickly. Tactics like this are exactly what scammers use immediately following natural disasters. One last tip before hiring a contractor. You'll want to find the contractor's business license and keep the number. If the contractor is licensed in Oklahoma, you can do this by going online to cib.ok.gov.
That's good advice, Johnny. And once you've hired your contractor or accepted their bid, you'll be asked to sign a contract. But before signing any contract, make sure the contract is a detailed written document that specifies the following. Be sure you're given a list of all materials that the contractor plans to use. Ideally, descriptions of or details regarding quality, quantity, color, size, and/or brand name should be included. A payment schedule should also be established. On home remodeling projects, you should expect to make a down payment representing approximately 1/3 of the total contract price. Excluding the down payment, you should not make payment for any incomplete work. All these terms should be spelled out in the contract and clearly understood by both you and the contractor. The contract with your builder or remodeler should state that the work is to be performed in accordance with all applicable building codes and zoning regulations. If you are remodeling, check with the Building and Safety Department to find out what permits are needed to proceed with your project.
That's right, Alicia. And here's a super important tip. Do not sign a partial or blank contract. Read each clause carefully and ask any questions you may have before signing. Then, retain a copy of the contract as soon as you sign and file it in your records. Any warranty, including terms, conditions, and oral promises offered by the contractor should be in writing in a language you can understand. You should read it carefully. Make sure the written contract includes the contractor's full name, address, telephone number, and proof of workers' comp and liability insurance.
All this is important to know so you can protect yourself and your home against fraud. But here are a few more tips to avoid fraud or scams. Be skeptical if anyone comes to you regarding work that they believe needs to be done at your home. In other words, you didn't request a quote or ask for their advice. Be on the lookout for these common warning signs of a possible scam. 1. The contractor uses high-pressure sales tactics like special deals. 2. A small repair quickly turns out to be a big repair. 3. The contractor demands money before any services are done or before the work is completed. If you suspect a scam is occurring, or if you are a victim of a scam, you should immediately call the Oklahoma Attorney General's office.
Unfortunately, disasters attract scam artists who take advantage of those who need help rebuilding or repairing. You may have heard of the terms fly-by-night contractors or storm chasers. These are out-of-town contractors that travel to places hit by disasters to provide home repair services. While some larger natural disasters draw help from afar, and those contractors are truly helpful, some of these contractors may not be licensed in Oklahoma or at all. Or they may do poor quality work and disappear back to their home state. We know we're repeating ourselves, but this is so important it needs to be said multiple times. Here are some tips for storm victims from the Better Business Bureau. Get the company's complete name, address, and phone number. Be skeptical of any vague or hesitant answers, or no offers of contracts, brochures, or anything in writing. Beware of high-pressure sales tactics. A reputable company will be happy to let you check them out first.
Make sure your contractor has all the appropriate permits for the work they are doing, and verify that the company has liability and workers' comp insurance. If a contractor cannot provide proof, beware. If possible, verify that the insurance is active by contacting the contractor's insurance company directly.
If it is an out-of-town or out-of-state company, ask how any warranty issues or problems will be addressed after the work is done and the company is gone. Ask for references from previous jobs and check them out before signing the contract.
Before work starts, have a signed, written contract including start and completion dates, exact costs, specific work to be done, and warranty information. Read any fine print carefully and understand all terms before signing. Get at least 3 to 4 quotes from contractors and insist that payments be made to the company, not the individual.
If you have damage, check with your homeowner's insurance to have an adjuster sent to determine if and how much they will cover to repair or replace damaged property. Be highly suspicious of a contractor that asks you to pay for the entire job up front. They may take your money and never return. There are plenty of home repair scams after disasters. If someone offers to do any type of yard work, debris removal, or work around your home, never pay them up front. Never pay in cash. Typically, once these scam artists get your money, you will never see them again. Instead of paying your contractor with your insurance check or cash, have your bank create a certificate of completion. This way, the bank will pay your contractor in installments for work completed after your approval. FEMA offers a disaster housing program that helps homeowners who have been forced out of their homes by disasters. Disaster Home Repair Assistance is a part of this program. It provides grants for minor disaster-related repairs. Contact the FEMA Disaster Helpline at 1-800-621-FEMA. If you suspect a repair scam, or if you or someone you know are a victim of one of the above scams, call the Oklahoma General's Consumer Protection Unit at 405-521-2029. You can file a complaint with the FTC at www.ftccomplaintassistant.gov.
It's not just contractors that prey on disaster survivors. Some scam artists pretend to be NEMA, FEMA, or other governmental agency personnel, like the U.S. Small Business Administration, SBA. Please note that FEMA or SBA shirts or other gear are not proof that someone is with a particular agency or organization. Make sure, if anyone is claiming to be with a particular agency, that they have a laminated photo identification card on their person. Employees of these agencies are required to always have their photo identification card. If you are suspicious, ask to see their photo identification card.
That's right. And if you're looking for a new job or temporary work after a natural disaster, be cautious when working for a job placement service. We've seen scam artists advertise in typical places where legitimate employers advertise. However, they require you to pay them before you are hired to hold your spot for training materials or for some sort of certification. Another way they scam those looking for work is by asking for their credit card or bank account information to pay for things. Scam artists also try to take people's money by posing as job placement services that promise services in exchange for upfront fees. Make sure to check out the legitimacy of anyone offering you a job or of a job placing service. You should look them up at Better Business Bureau or the Oklahoma Attorney General's office.
Scammers will work any angle against you after a disaster because you are overwhelmed and trying to make many decisions in a short time. Be on the lookout for scammers in these areas: pest control, rental listings, or even utility-related scams. Follow similar advice we gave you about contractors. Always ask to see identification and a license to do business. Never pay up front or in cash. Sign contracts you've read and feel comfortable with, and never give in to pressure. If you or anyone you know is concerned about a possible scam, you should report it to local law enforcement or to the Federal Trade Commission at www.ftccomplaintassistant.gov.